The news you count on. NBC2 News at 6.
Severely injured in Afghanistan.
I was keeping my eyes closed and I was trying to focus.
Tonight, the Cape Coral soldier who lost both of his legs and part of his arm talks to NBC2 about nearly dying on the battlefield.
Like everything kind of froze for a second. And then we were flying through the air.
And the overwhelming outpouring of support from the community.
After I'm better, keep it up for the next guy because he'll need.
What a hero. 6 months after suffering such horrific injuries in Afghanistan, Private First Class Corey Kent is making remarkable progress at Walter Reed Medical Center in Washington, D.C. NBC2's Meaghan Smith is the only television reporter to travel to the nation's capital to interview Kent by his bedside.
Meaghan is live from our Washington, D.C. bureau to bring us this incredible, gut-wrenching, inspirational story. Meaghan, tell us what you found out there.
Well, Craig, as you just said, inspirational really just says it all here for Corey Kent. While he's been in Washington, D.C., he has made so much progress in his recovery. And today, during therapy, we're there as he reaches yet another major milestone.
His story will touch your heart. His determination will inspire you.
The early stages were tough, I was basically just bedbound.
Private First Class Corey Kent never gave up. He's still fighting at Walter Reed Medical Center.
It's a long road.
Our local hero is humble and shy, but Corey opens up about that July day in Afghanistan when he almost lost everything.
I remember that afternoon, they told us what we were getting ready to do, so, we got ready.
Corey and his two fellow soldiers set out. Then, all of a sudden, someone detonated a roadside bomb, changing his life forever.
I remember stepping on it. I don't know, it was weird. Because it was like everything kind of froze for a second. And then I remember flying through the air.
Corey lost both of his legs and the fingers from his left hand.
Did you think you were going to survive?
Yeah, once I knew I was in the hospital and I was, awake and I could think, it never even crossed my mind.
Corey, though, kept his mind on his friends and family as he drifted in and out of consciousness.
I was keeping my eyes closed and I was just trying to focus.
Doctors saved the 22-year-old's life. A week later, Corey learned the severity of his injuries.
At first, I kind of didn't want to know. I wasn't asking questions.
Corey was eventually flown to Walter Reed in Washington, where he's making milestones happen. Today, he stands up on a prosthetic leg for only the second time.
Hopefully, it keeps up and I get up on my legs permanently.
Throughout his grueling therapy, which takes hours each day, Corey is building up his strength, a lot of which, he says, is from the overwhelming Southwest Florida support.
I just want to say, thank you, and, after I'm better, keep it up for the next guy because, he'll need.
His recovery hasn't been easy. Corey received the Purple Heart and even talked football with President Obama.
He was a Bears fan.
But what's kept the hero going this whole time from Afghanistan to Washington, D.C. is his will to survive.
I was like, I gotta get home. I gotta make it home.
And as far as the million-dollar question, when will Corey Kent get home? Well, there's no permanent timetable on that. He still has a lot of therapy he still needs to undergo. But right now they are planning for him to come home sometime this summer so that he can visit the rest of his family and his friends. Craig?
Meaghan, there's been such anticipation here in Southwest Florida to see Corey and to see how he's doing, to look in his eyes when he was doing that therapy. There's such a look at determination, and I would imagine pain as well. How is he doing during this rehab? What's his attitude like during this process?
Well, some of the workouts that you saw did appear to be very grueling for him, but he was really shy, but he was so determined, so strong-willed. His goal was really to get through everything so he can be the strongest he can be. And his new goal right now, his prosthetic leg comes in soon, the other one along with a prosthetic hand for him. And what he wants to do is he wants to be able to be there to greet the rest of his unit when they return from Afghanistan sometime this summer.
Meaghan, thank you. Amazing story.
Private First Class Corey Kent comes home. It's an emotional day for his family and many others here in Southwest Florida who have been following his story for the past year. NBC2's Meaghan Smith has been following his progress from the very beginning and was on hand as the soldier received a hero's welcome.
The anticipation builds as everyone waits for a hero.
We want to support a wounded warrior.
From months and weeks to the final hours and minutes, Corey Kent's homecoming is being perfected. After nearly dying on the battlefield almost a year ago, Corey has been undergoing grueling physical therapy at Walter Reed Medical Center. He lost both his legs and the fingers from his left hand when someone detonated a bomb next to him. This day is a long time coming.
I think it's just fantastic.
Corey's AirTran flight 1049 from Washington, D.C. finally lands at RSW, carrying the 22-year-old and his mom. Corey comes through the gate and is greeted by people touched by his heroism. Many of them he's never met. His welcome home brought tears to almost everyone's eyes. Corey, though, is as humble as ever.
I kind of heard that some people might show up, but this is a big surprise.
The soldier says he's so happy to be back on Southwest Florida soil for the first time since his accident.
It's nice to be home.
The support amazes him.
I wasn't really sure what to expect. I didn't expect anything like this.
From the airport, Corey's homecoming continues with him riding in style. Escorted by a motorcade to Harley-Davidson for pictures. Then it's on to the Leapin' Lizard. His route fittingly takes him across Veterans Bridge. When Corey arrives at the restaurant, his welcome home continues with lots of surprises. First, gift certificates, money, a key to the city, but they save the best for last.
We hear you're doing some driving, and we'd like to present you with the keys to a 2012 Ford Focus.
Corey gets a new car donated by Sam Galloway Ford. At the end of the day, after everything he's been through, Corey is just happy to be home and has big plans for the rest of his month-long visit.
Probably going to take just a day to relax, maybe catch up with friends and family.
In Lee County, Meaghan Smith, NBC2.
He survived an explosion on the battlefield a year ago today, and now the road to recovery for Private First Class Corey Kent is getting a little easier. That's thanks to the community in Cape Coral donating a new handicapped accessible addition to the family's home. NBC2's Meaghan Smith takes us to the emotional groundbreaking.
1 year ago today, America almost lost a hero. So today is not just an anniversary, but also a day of celebration.
In soldiers, they call that their live day, because that's when they almost died, and this is their new beginning.
The new beginning of Private First Class Corey Kent hasn't been an easy one, but now it's going to get easier. The 22-year-old who lost both of his legs and the fingers from his left hand during an IED attack in Afghanistan is getting a new home. It starts with a new flag. Then the Pledge of Allegiance.
With liberty and justice for all.
And a prayer.
Father, we ask your blessing on Corey this day.
It's official.
Perfect.
Corey's new handicapped accessible addition, which is all donated, is ready to be built.
I think it'll be kind of a stepping stone, like a transition between, living with, a caretaker full time and being completely on my own.
It will help him adjust.
And the new addition will go on the right side of the home. It'll be about 500 to 600 square feet with an entrance just for Corey.
The idea is for Corey to have his independence when he's able to stay home for good. Right now, it's just a month away from grueling therapy at Walter Reed Medical Center in Washington, D.C.
I needed a break from the hospital setting. I've been up there for a year, so I need some time to kind of just get away from it all.
Some people came today just to meet Corey and shake his hand.
Thank you. I keep saying thank you, and I just hope it means as much this time as it did the first time.
Today is bittersweet, considering it's the day a year ago he lost so much.
I think I'm probably going to take a few minutes, to myself at some point, to just kind of, think about it all.
And also gained in different ways.
Thank you very much.
In Cape Coral, Meaghan Smith, NBC2.
Construction officially starts tomorrow. The project is expected to take 3 months. The nonprofit U.S. Forces Fund, which is organizing the addition, is still looking for donations to finish the addition. You can find a link to their website on our website. Log on to NBC-2.com. Just click on News Links.